frustrated by the increasingly confusion in the world of ad platforms, cookies, UTM parameters, and a bunch of other things. Well, in this video, I want to dive deeper into the world of owned media and how these channels can become a great source of customers and growth, and the role that a tool like AppsFlyer actually plays in helping you understand all of this. Let's jump right in. Now, this is the third video in the 4-video series. Highly recommend you check out the first 2 videos. In the first one, we looked at the SDK implementation for a fitness company that's trying to integrate AppsFlyer alongside Mixpanel, Google Tag Manager, Braze, and a few other tools. In the second video, we dove into dashboards, privacy, attribution models, and partner integrations. And in this third video, we're gonna look at owned media, which is perhaps one of the best ways brands are starting to deal with the increasing amount of frustration that comes with collecting data in the modern world. Now, I've likely seen some of these news articles. Here's one from the EFF, right? How to disable ad tracking versus on Android and iOS. So both platforms are starting to make it easier to not be tracked. We looked at the IDFA in video 2, of course, from iOS. This is another video where Apple is now starting to strip UTMs from certain URLs in some use cases, not in all the cases, right? So things like your UTMs and so on might be completely removed, right? So Safari is kind of making that a little easier. And of course, Chrome had this weird thing where they want to phase out cookies altogether. It looks like they don't want to phase out cookies. But it's not really clear what they want to do or not do, with Chrome dominating such a big portion of desktop traffic. And of course, you have Apple dominating mobile traffic. You know, a couple players make a few changes and that the whole thing kind of migrates. Big companies like Facebook and Google Ads are able to perhaps adjust through machine learning and a few other things, but smaller brands who don't have perhaps the resources of a Facebook need to figure it out. And moving to owned media has been one of those ways that brands have try to deal with all of this. Now, this article is a bit on the older side, but it kind of covers a few things interesting, right? I mean, we know that owned media, things like email marketing, right, can provide a great return on investment. It's fully under your control. The role of a website can be very important and serve in some industries. Of course, blogs haven't fully gone away, and now there's different variations of blogs, like the roles of the Substacks. Social media, of course, is still very dominant. So we have all these benefits for owned media. There's a lot of first-party data here, a lot more control. This is not to say you're not going to have third-party data, ad platforms, and so on. The role of owned media is becoming more important, and luckily, a tool like AppsFlyer can also help you understand your world of owned media in a much more tangible way, alongside whatever third-party media you might have. So to understand the owned media in AppsFlyer, we have to look at the OneLink functionality. So let's go here in the menu. And let's go to the OneLink management. So OneLinks are the simple links that you can create. You can see they typically have this kind of format right here. Now you can actually use a custom domain if you prefer, from a branding perspective. The point is, when the user clicks on this link, then the AppsFlyer app can do a lot of logic for you behind the scenes. First, we can start to kind of set custom parameters for attribution, like a custom medium source, right? Down here, we may have some previews for social media that are quite handy. So the social media platforms actually pick up the right images, the right titles. But the main logic is this one. Let me close this actually. The OneLink can detect if a user has an app installed, and if it doesn't, it can go to the App Store or perhaps to a custom page. If it has the app installed, then it can actually go to just open the app, or it can go to a specific screen in the app. And of course, if they're browsing on web, then you can have some special logic as well, as if they're browsing on desktop. So you can start to imagine how this one link, a single link, can be used for many things. You might have a special campaign through, let's say, your email marketing platform, where you're driving users to a specific part of your app, and you want to track how well those email campaigns actually drive users to make purchases or start trials or something else. So you can have this one link. It will handle the iOS, Android perfectly. It will handle the lack of an install app correctly, and it will take them to the right screen. Again, through a single link. Whether you're an app marketer or a product manager in the mobile world, one thing's clear: growth isn't guesswork. To scale, you need reliable data. That's where AppsFlyer comes in. It gives you a single source of truth to measure, analyze, and optimize every marketing touch point, so you know what's driving results and what's not. That's why the world's top brands trust it. No more guessworks, just smarter decisions. Book a demo now by scanning the QR code on screen or click the link in the description. That being said, let's continue on with the rest of the video. So when you go into your regular dashboard, like we were looking at video number 2, you'll be able to actually then look at your specific campaigns, right? You can pass this through your OneLinks. You can pass them dynamically if you so want to. And you'll be able to then see how many installs it drove if you're driving that kind of campaign. And of course, any other kind of downstream events that you might care about that may be down here, right? Like these are custom events down here, and see the performance, revenue, and so on. So this becomes a central place where you can track all your own media. You can look at it, you can report on it, and combine it alongside with any other media that you may have. Now, 3 use cases that you can use sort of OneLink functionality for, right? Of course, you can have blog posts. So you may have a special kind of call to action at the end of every blog post to drive users to, let's say, install the app if it's a kind of blog post, or take a certain action inside the app. Maybe in the case of our case study here, there can be a blog post about the latest workouts, and the OneLink actually takes them to that specific workout that has been built already in the app. So new users know that they'll click the link, they'll open the app and get taken to the right screen, and they can start working out within a few minutes. New users will have to go through the install process, but once they're done, they'll get taken to that specific screen. The second use case, of course, is the one we talked about before with email campaigns. You may be running campaigns from Braze, let's say, for example, and you can use this OneLink to drive users to the right apps itself. So this is all happening, say, post install, post onboarding. You really focus on engagement and retention, and you're not just sending users to a random app. You take them to very specific places, and you're able to track that specific data as long as you have all the in-app events and everything set up in AppsFlyer. And the third use case is, of course, a social media use case where perhaps you're posting things in your Instagram bio or something else. Again, a single link can then take users to the right place. It can pass on all the attribution data we care about, like the source, like the campaign, any other custom attributes that you care about, all in a nice single link that is unlikely to be blocked or stripped or anything else, right? I do have another video here on my channel that shows you how the OneLinks work in a little bit more detail, so definitely check that out. There'll be a link in the description as well. But this is just, again, a fantastic way to be able to measure the own media that your company has without falling prey to the increasingly confusing world of third-party data. And that's all we have for this video. This is the 3rd video in a 4-video series. Highly check out the first 2 videos. The first one on the SDK implementation, the heart of the AppsFlyer implementation. The second video was all about the dashboards, privacy, attribution models, and partners. And in this video, we looked at the role of owned media and how AppsFlyer can help you measure all of it in a single handy central location through OneLinks and a few other functionality. In the 4th video and the last one, I want to show you the role that AppsFlyer fits into the MarTech stack that I'm signing here for this client, how it actually plays with Mixpanel, Braze, how it can send data, how it can receive data, and just look at the overall MarTech stack world and the role of AppsFlyer. So check out that video in the next few days, or click the link here in this video to continue on into the final video of this case study series. My name is Ruben Ugarte. I'll see you in the next video.